Well, today we are going to make some gorgeous, I call them squish paintings. They're great. They're lots of fun. And of course, it's with a lot of paint. It's something I really love to do. And they turn out and they look quite gorgeous. So let's get started. Today we're going to need some paint. So I protected my counter with a tray because when you squish paint around, it squishes out. So this will be easier to clean up than your countertop. And then I've got some craft paints. It's tempera paint, lots of different colors. And I put them in little containers, but if you have a bottle that has a squirt top, you might want to do that. I'll tell you why in a minute. But anyway, so also we need some paper. Any kind of paper will do, printer paper, construction paper, any kind of white paper will do. And a little bit later, we're going to use some scissors. And I have some spoons for my paint in the cups, but if you have a squirt bottle, you don't need to do that. And I call this Squish'em, and you never know how it's going to turn out. It's just a lot of fun. So we're going to do a few of them today. And the first thing to do is I'm going to start with my red paint and take my spoon and put a few globs just anywhere I want. How do you like that? Some red paint. And then I think I'll pick some yellow paint. And I've got a different spoon here, so I can just put some yellow paint where I want. And you don't want to put a whole lot because it will really squish all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to use my squirt bottles too because some of you may have squirt bottles, and it's a lot easier to put paint on your paper if you do have a squirt bottle. But if you don't, spoons work good, and even a paintbrush would go. Look at that. So I've got some orange and some yellow, and I think I'm going to do a little blue, a little squirt of blue, just anywhere on your paper. And it looks a little random right now, but that's okay because we don't know how it's going to turn out. How about a little green? Woohoo! Okay, that's probably enough. If you put a whole lot on your paper, it gets all soggy. And so little dots of paint everywhere. So the next thing that we're going to do is fold your paper in half. Just right in half like this. And some of you may have done this before because it's really kind of cool. And then there you have it. We folded it in half. And all you have to do is just like squish around with your fingers. Squish, squish, squish. I'm using a circular motion. I have no idea what this is going to look like. And I can kind of feel the bigger blobs of paint under there. Uh-oh, I just squirted out some red. Ah! That's all right. I'll wipe that up later. And I'm squishing it all around. And then the really fun part happens. You get to open it up and see what it looks like. Oh, cool. Look at that. Woo! Oh my gosh. That almost looks like a cat monster or something. I love it. But so, see, I'm looking at a nose. I'm looking at two eyes. And I'm looking at, kind of like some ears sticking out. And there's his head. Whoa, I love the way that one turned out. So let's do another one. I'm going to set that over to the side and put it on another piece of paper. And these are really easy to do. And they turn out really great. Oh, I love it. It looks like a cat monster. Okay, so one of the things that you can get some idea of is what happens when you mix a couple of different colors. So there's red. Red is a primary color. And yellow is a primary color. And and the other primary color, I bet you guys know what that is. Blue, right? So we're just going to do red, yellow, and blue on this one. And then we're going to see how those colors mix together and what happens. And I don't think I used as much paint this time, but that's all right. Okay, so cool. Red, yellow, and blue are primary colors. Again, we're going to fold it in half. It got gooey from the last experience. Okay, so here we go. And press and press and press with your fingers. Oh boy. Mix up those colors underneath that paper. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Squish, squish, squish. That's why I call it Squish'em. Oh my goodness. I think I squished some paint way over to the side that time. All right, so do you think it's ready? I think so. Wow, I wonder what we got this time. They turn out different every single time. So here we go. Oh, wow. I don't know what that looks like. But take a look. When I just used red and yellow and blue, the colors mixed together. So I've got some orange up here where the yellow and the red mix together. I've got some purples out here where the red and blue mix together. And can you see some green? I sort of can see some green on my end of it over here. And that's the yellow and blue mixing together. And then I think I've got some brown where everything all mixed together too. Wow, I think that looks like a space alien. Or maybe the head of a grasshopper, the kind of grasshopper that has wings. What do you think? These kinds of pictures are really fun to use your imagination with. So I'm going to set that one aside. Let's do one more. And then we're going to do something else. Okay, so here we go. Let's do some secondary colors and see what happens. So you can kind of use your imagination with each picture that you do. So a secondary color, when you mix red and yellow, you get orange. So I have some orange here. And, oops, I'll put that down. Green is the secondary color. There we go. And purple is the secondary color. And I do have some purple. And I don't have a spoon, so I'm just dumping it out. Or if you have a squirt bottle, that works good too. So let's see what happens when when I mix my secondary colors. Woo, you never know what you're gonna get. Fold it in half. Start squishing. Squish, squish with those fingers. It's also good to have a lot of paper towel handy because it's a little messy, but messy is fun. That's where the fun comes in. So I'm using my whole hand and squishing things all around, trying to fill my whole page with the paint. Woo! Oops, it's coming out here. So do you think I'm ready to open it up again? I think so. Let's find out what happened. These were the secondary colors. Whoa, cool, look at that. It looks like a butterfly to me. See, there's the butterfly head. And maybe a big fat body, I think. Big fat, maybe a moth. Oh, wait. If I look at it differently, I can see almost like an owl head up here. An owl with its wings spread out. So yeah, I can see both. If I hold it like this, maybe it's a butterfly. If I hold it like this, maybe it's an owl with its wings spread out. That turned out cool. And I think the orange turned out more orange and the purple turned out more purple. Whoa, that looks really cool. So you can keep going with that. You can do as many pictures as you like. And what I did earlier today, I want to show you what I did. I got something that I thought looked like an owl, and I'm going to put that on my camera. See, doesn't that look like owl eyes? And maybe his wings all closed. Maybe he's sitting on a branch sleeping all night. So what you can do is you can dry your paintings out. I used a hair dryer, just blow dried it so it's nice and dry. And this one I did earlier, so, you know, maybe an hour or so ago, and so it's pretty dry. So what I'm going to do, and this is what you can do if you've got one of your paintings that you really, 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 really liked, I am cutting out what I thought looked like an owl. So I'm cutting it out, and all around the squishy paint that I made, and down here where maybe that owl's feet were hanging onto a branch, and I'm just cutting it all out so I can see the shape. And you're going to get some really unusual images when you start mixing colors and start squishing around with your hands. They're going to be gorgeous, and they're going to be really imaginative. Okay, so I just cut out what I thought was a multicolored owl. Can you see it? So now I'm going to, because I dried it out, I am going to use my markers to, uh-oh, we are dripping purple paint on the carpet over here. Just a minute. Okay, I'm going to use my markers to put some detail in there so I can really see the owl. So I thought that this part looked like the eyes. So I'm going to put an eye there with my marker. And so there, I'm going to outline kind of the feathers around that owl eye. See, did that show up good? Well, pretty good. All right, so then the other eye was over here. So I'm going to outline that and use my marker to outline the feathers around that eye. Maybe I need to do a little darker for the camera. There, can you see it? There we go. So the next thing I was going to outline was maybe the beak. Can you see where maybe the beak would be on this owl? I do. I'm going to use red and see if that shows up. Well, not so much. I think I better stick with a dark color like my brown. Maybe to the point right there. There we go. There, you can see the beak. So that's what you can do with your paintings. You could wait till they dry out, or hit them with a hairdryer and dry them out yourself, and then do some of your own details to them. They really turn out fun. Then stick them on your refrigerator, and you'll have a whole cool decoration of what you did today. I especially like the butterfly slash owl that turned out, and they all turn out so different, and I hope yours did too. And I hope you had a whole lot of fun just squishing and playing with the paint. Have a great time, and join us again next time for Get Crafty when we do some other fun things. That's it for today.
All right, that's really fun. It's fun to get messy and squish some paint and get some cool colors. So I hope you had fun doing that. And I hope you join us again next week for Get Crafty on Tuesday at 11 a.m. You can register for that by going to www.greatlakeskids.org/news and events. And we've got other programs as well that you can check out while you're there. Every Thursday, we're doing Let's Create a Story, where we're going to get together and come up with a story, and we ask for your input so you can help us create that story. That's Thursdays at 11. And then every Friday at 11, we're doing First Step Science, where you can join us and we'll make some scientific tools or learn about how scientists use tools, and we'll learn a bit about the world around us. There's some really, really cool stuff to discover, and we hope that you join us for that as well. Those are all at 11 o'clock. So just jump on any of those. Just go to, again, greatlakeskids.org/news and events. And if you're interested in donating to the Children's Museum during this time when we don't have anybody coming to the door and helping to keep programs like this on the air, just check out that same website, but go to www.greatlakeskids.org/donate. And we've got information on how to donate, the PayPal link right there that you can use if you're interested in that. So we hope that you join us for more of these programs, and join us live, and we'll hope to see you. And until then, we'll say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.